Hey Virgo, welcome to Karma Light Readings. I'm Karma. If you're new here, welcome. Please make sure you subscribe. Virgo, if at any time you do resonate with this reading, go ahead and hit the like button. This is a general reading for Virgo. We're just going to be taking a quick look at some energy. 4 cards, I will clarify, plus we'll do some oracle at the end. We're going to be taking a look at the past of a situation, the present, the next steps of action that Spirit would like you to take, as well as the outcome should you take those steps. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading for a very large collective, so you may or may not resonate. If you do resonate and you would like a more in-depth reading that is specific to your particular situation, you can check out the link in the description box below that is to my Etsy shop. You can see the types of readings that I offer. All right, Virgo, let's take a look. We have the 10 of Swords as your recent past. We have the 2 of Cups as your current energy. Steps of action that Spirit wants you to take is the 3 of Cups. And your outcome is King of Pentacles, Virgo energy. You do have the 8 of Swords on the bottom to the King of Swords. I feel like you may be kind of in a space of isolation or craving isolation and separation so that you can get your thoughts in order. There may also be some form of restriction when it comes to communication here. It's very interesting energy, okay? Initially, and I'm going to start clarifying in a moment, but initially when I just look at the cards on the table, there just seems to be this really big focus on coming into union with self. In this 3 of Cups, you see 2 people cheering and 1 person feeling left out, really focusing on what is left in my cup, right? It almost like there's nothing left in my cup. Why am there's nothing for me to cheer about. And that's very interesting to me because I do feel like, and who did I just do a reading on where it was similar? It might have been, was it Cancer or Gemini? But it's like a coming back to self, right? There was so much emphasis on outside connections and partnerships. Doesn't have to be intimate, but there was just so much focus on everything else instead of self. And perhaps that's where this despair comes in from with the 10 of Swords. So in the recent past, really feeling like you've hit rock bottom in a situation, right? What is this 10 of Swords for the recent past for Virgo? Knight of Wands. So it wasn't just one particular situation that instigated this loss. I feel like it was just one that was the tip of the iceberg, right? Like, oh, this is the straw that broke the camel's back. But I also feel like with this Knight of Wands, its purpose for whatever loss you went through was to close out and end a cycle. 8 of Cups, to get you to disconnect and walk away, or to get you to see what was actually missing in your life and what needed to be focused on to fill your cup. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles. There's a need to nurture oneself. You may have been pouring your energy out in all other avenues. What is this 2 of Cups, please? For the current energy, what is this 2 of Cups representing for Virgo? 10 of Cups to the 9 of Pentacles to the Ace of Cups to the 5 of Swords. Interesting. So there's this element of feeling defeated in love, or defeated, if it's not love, defeated in certain relationships, right? Because for Spirit, love is not just intimacy. It's not just boyfriend, girlfriend, marriage, you know, it's not that type of relationship. Love crosses a multitude of things when we're speaking spiritually. And with this Ace of Cups, it's like there's someone here who feels defeated, as if partnerships and friendships are just not something they're able to cultivate properly. So I don't know if you went through a betrayal and a loss here with one particular person, or if it was more feeling like everybody is projecting onto you and it became too heavy to bear. So right now you seem to be in this phase where you're just looking for harmony and peace. That's the union you're looking for. Not so much harmony and peace from another person, right? But more so just harmony and peace in my life, right? Just alignment in my life. King of Swords and the Eight of Swords. Again, separating yourself from other people's energy so that you can come back to source and align within self. Five of Wands. Why? So do you feel like you're up against something, like there's so much competition, or there's a battle here that you have to face? Because what I'm seeing too is like an illusion on the outside, but on the inside it's much more complicated, much more difficult. Five of Cups, Nine of Swords, Five of Wands, Eight of Swords, Page of Wands. Like, where else can I go? What am I searching for? Why is it feeling empty? What do I have to do to feel fulfilled? But it's almost like looking at everything on the outside and not taking the time to reflect on the inside, which would then explain why, Judgment in the Two of Swords is here. Feeling like something is spiraling out of control, but still looking on the outside. And so then that makes sense with the Three of Cups, where it's like you're looking at your cup and wondering why it's empty and not really participating in the togetherness and the celebration. There's a focus on self and needing to reestablish self with self. What is this Three of Cups, please, for Virgo? Yeah. Well, there it is. King of Cups. That gives me the Four of Cups to the Moon on the bottom with the Five of Wands again. There are certain connections around you, and hear me out. I don't know why there's a hidden competition or feeling like there's a competition with somebody, but whatever it is, there's an element of being very discontent and bored with the connections that you have. A lot of conflict coming in. Trying to figure out how to control one's emotions and one's energy when it comes to particular connections and relationships, and feeling like I don't understand why I feel like I'm being put up against somebody. Whether it's like jealousy, or if somebody comes off that way, or if that's where you're coming from. And it's nothing to be ashamed of, because these are steps and series and cycles in life that we have to go through in order to reach the level of self-introspection and reflection to learn and understand what needs to be released and healed within ourselves. Because if you see yourself in competition with someone else, you can't wait for them to shift and change. You have to recognize immediately, I shouldn't be in this energy, and you remove yourself, right? There's also somebody here who likes to control friendships and control relationships or connections, and that is always going to lead you to feel depleted, isolated, and let down. It's like a power trip here. I don't know if that's you or the other person, but that's the energy that's showing up. It's definitely a power trip. Death and the Two of Swords. The inability to make a decision, judgment, and to reflect properly on certain situations. Page of Swords to the Eight of Pentacles. I think that you do, there you are, the Hermit. Wow, this is making a lot of sense. This is a very, very deep, I wasn't expecting it to get like this. This is a deep reading. I think that you're in the process where you're about to learn a lot of things about yourself and go through a major transformation. When we learn things about ourselves, it's not pretty. And then it continues. It never ends until we leave. But we do become better with each lesson, with each cycle, with each reflection that we go through, but there's definitely something that needs to come to an end. And what it is connected to is your own thoughts, your own actions, and a deeper sense of self. Again, self-reflection and judging your process towards other connections. There's just a very strong focus on the desire to control something that is out of your control. But you are dedicated to figuring this out and releasing yourself. Because I feel like whatever it is, it makes you feel trapped and stuck. Like you don't want to be in that energy anymore. That's where the King of Pentacles comes in. That's where you step into your full power. Our full power is not about controlling. It's actually about relinquishing control. And when we relinquish control on all things, we actually elevate and step into our full power. So what is this King of Pentacles representing for Virgo? If something isn't fulfilling to you or isn't working out for you or it looks wrong, it's not always meant for you to go in and control and navigate and analyze and try to show somebody what they need to fix. A lot of times it's just to let you know and see that, hey, this isn't actually for you. You can disconnect and leave. What is the King of Pentacles, please? Told you. 10 of Pentacles. You want to get that stability back. There it is, 4 of Cups again. You want to get that stability. You want to get that abundance, whatever it is you're looking for. You want to get that power back. Take these steps. Disconnect. Control your own emotions, right? It's not about controlling others. That's just the focus, and I'm just the messenger. If you don't resonate with this, then this might not be your reading. But this is about you establishing self. Yeah, the Hierophant. So some of you could own your own business, or there's something that you want to do or create for yourself to build a firmer foundation. It's all about like longevity and stability here, but you have to disconnect from the things that have kept you in despair. 10 of Swords. You've got to make more stable decisions and follow through with the commitment that you're putting forward. But if you're feeling discontent over a situation, 4 of Cups, first reflect on self before reflecting the actions of other people, right? It always begins within ourselves. All right, closing messages for Virgo. You have perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. Happiness. I am aware that being happy means that I'm on the right path. So if you're not happy, get on a different path. Get off the path of unhappiness. Patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. On the bottom, doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. You don't have to know all the answers. You just have to know if something isn't working out, right? Like if someone is lying to you, you don't actually need to know the truth. You just need to know they're lying. Boom, good enough, right? Disconnect, move on. Underneath that, you also have courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. I really like that. And then I want to read this one to you as well. Empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. Virgo, if you would like a longer, more in-depth reading that is specific to your situation, please check out my Etsy. It's in the link. It's in the link below. It is in the description box below. All right, Virgo, love you. Bye.